Hi everyone, welcome back to One Stop Live. I'm Didi from One Stop Warehouse and I'm here with Tim from One Stop Warehouse. 2 weeks ago, we had Victor Chen from Alpha ESS talking us through Alpha Vision for the future and their product range. Today, we would like to welcome Chris Martelle from GSES, Global Sustainable Energy Solution, who will be talking about GSES training solutions and the future of CPD points in the Australian solar industry.
And Chris will be offering something exclusive to One Stop Live viewers. So we're very excited about that. So stick around to the end because you'll want to know about it. Now, let's learn a little bit about Chris. Chris joined GSES in 2014 and he's a CS accredited designer. As the Director of Operations and Engineering, Chris manages and provides leadership for GSES design and consultancy activities, RTO management and bespoke and training and finance. So let's play the intro video and get to know Chris. Chris, welcome.
Hey Didi, hey Tim, how's it going?
Hi,
Very
Chris.
good.
Welcome to the show.
Yes, thank you for having me on One Stop Live. This is great.
Now, Chris, we had the pleasure of meeting a few times recently to work out how we would partner together with GSES services. And I'm delighted to announce that we've signed a contract. So One Stop will be offering a range of GSES services to our customers. So we're thrilled to be sharing your team's talents and services to One Stop Warehouse customers.
Yeah, we agree. We're absolutely thrilled to be working with One Stop Warehouse. I think combining your unrivaled customer reach and network with clearly your evident passion for the industry and GSES's technical expertise and focus on capacity building, it's a win-win for both of us and for our respective customers.
And we look forward to working with you and your team this year. Very exciting. So, firstly, Chris, do you want to give us a little background on what GSES is and how they started and what they do now?
Yeah, so GSES started in 1998, so we've been around for, I guess, 22 years or so. We first started actually in capacity building, working overseas. So that's basically looking at what's happening in industry overseas and figuring out where the gaps are and helping those industries to grow. So a lot of it was developing systems like the Clean Energy Council, like the quality product frameworks, like the inspection schemes that happen in Australia. But in conducting that work, it was evident that there were gaps that still existed in Australia. And so there's sort of an organic journey between helping the industry to grow, creating an RTO, a registered training organization, which GSES is in Australia, beginning to teach the accreditation training that leads to the Clean Energy Council accreditation. And then more recently, developing a lot of the consulting work that we do that, again, it looks to fill gaps in the industry. So yeah, we're basically a technical specialist that's solely focused on the renewable energy sector. We have deep ties to the industry, and we're all about capacity building, finding gaps in the market, and making sure that we're on the front foot and filling those gaps.
Excellent. So, Chris, what will GSES be offering One Stop Warehouse customers? What can they expect?
Well, in the first instance, we'll be providing our publications and, importantly, the CPD training courses that we create. And then going forward, we'll be looking to develop courses with you guys and to provide some of those courses face-to-face at your warehouses, which I think is a phenomenal opportunity. And coming out of the pandemic, I know don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I think there's a really strong desire for people to get back into a group setting and have those face-to-face learning experiences.
Mm.
And then again, moving forward with you guys, we're looking to offer our design services, which I think we'll talk about in a minute.
And of course, your publications are the Bible, and I have had the great privilege of starting to learn about grid services from your book. So that's been a starting point for me, coming from marketing to suddenly feeling like I could be a solar designer.
I've been to reading that Bible.
Yes, it's a phenomenal book. It's well supported. It gets revised every time there's an update to the guidelines or the standards, or if there's anything technically relevant that needs to be updated. So we're on version, I think, 8.3. Hopefully I got that right. But yeah, it's a good book. We're proud of it.
So to recap, we're going to be offering some webinar training, some face-to-face CPD from the warehouses with your team. But of course, you guys are working independently, but alongside us.
Yeah, that's right. So we are, I guess we would say we're fiercely independent. It's core to who we are as a company and a brand. So we've actually developed a brand offering that we're calling Powered by GSES. So we want the end customer to know that the brand and supplier, we're agnostic to that, and that our focus is solely on providing accurate and relevant information through either our training service or our design service, whichever it is that they're engaging us for.
Fantastic.
And we appreciate that independence.
So, Chris, it's my understanding that the CPD points might have been a little bit easier to get in the past. Is this situation now changing?
Yeah, that's right. So the CEC has gone through an engagement process with the industry in order to revise their CPD program and to update it according to the feedback they got from industry. So that process is now done, and they've released what they're going to be doing. They haven't stated the exact timeline, but it looks like from the beginning of the new financial year, they'll start taking applications for new CPD courses, and the scheme is going to look very different to what it does now. At the moment, if you have a course that you've sort of dreamed up, you kind of scope it out and present it to the CEC, and they'll assign points to it. Now there's only going to be two categories of courses. There's going to be what they call core courses, which are worth 30 points, and elective courses, which are worth 10 points. And what they've done is added a lot of transparency to what a core course is and what an elective course is. They're all online, so if you're an accredited designer or installer, you can go on your online portal and figure out what that information is. But I figured I'd pick out two of the main points, which are relevant to designers and installers. So first of all, an elective course will feel familiar to people already. It's going to be like a members mixer or a product update or a toolbox talk that you'd already be doing, and that would fit into this category of an elective course. A core course, however, has a bunch of new quality criteria associated with it. The two standout criteria are that the training must be designed by someone that holds either a Cert 4 in training and assessment or someone with a bachelor's degree or higher in learning design. So whatever this course is that is going to be considered core has to have someone with those credentials designing it. So GSES has 4 of those people full-time, and then we engage with the Cert 4s regularly on a contract basis. The second thing is that the assessment learning outcomes need to be clearly defined, and there needs to be a feedback mechanism in the course for both the student and for the teaching organization. So it's really increasing the formality of this training and making what they call a core course much more transparent, and the learning outcomes are much more transparent. So, and that's all happening at the beginning of the next financial year.
Well, it's great to see the professional bar being raised by that.
Yeah.
I think that's what's going to happen.
And it's safer for the ultimate customer, I guess,
Yeah.
So when considering CPD, what should CEC accredited installers or accredited designers, there's a word I can't say, accredited designers be looking for and achieving for their own continuing professional development to really excel in our industry?
Yeah, well, I actually think that this restructure into the core and elective courses gives accredited designers and installers a chance to demand more from the industry. So, industry participants that are out there in the field, they'll know what the gaps are. They'll know where the industry has issues and where there can be a lot more done to make the industry as a whole better. And so they can reach out to either the CEC or organizations like GSES and say, look, this is a specific course that we need, that we feel the industry needs. It's a fundamental knowledge type course, and it would be really great for this course to be core. So these are the types of courses that we can present to the industry that really fill those gaps and help the industry get better overall. So that would be sort of a core offering. But additionally, the elective courses will be, they'll still be offered by product suppliers and by a whole range of different industry participants. And so I would suggest that along with the core fundamental knowledge that you're gaining, you also then select elective courses that align with your supply chain, for example. So as new products come out, you're learning about these products and you're able to make your business better. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is you want to make sure that you're getting value from this program that makes your business better. Whereas at the moment, you could probably get all of your CPD points by just going to a conference, which is fine. But I don't think that reflects the true value of a continuous professional development program.
Sure. Yeah, makes sense. Chris, you mentioned design services. What is, I'll say, the scope of your business in solar design, and how can our customer tap into it?
Yeah, so the design service that we offer really came about organically. We were seeing some of our graduated students that came through our RTO go out into the industry and start doing some really interesting work. And they would come back and say, this project is very complicated, or this is a much bigger project that I've ever been involved in. Can you help? And this was over 5 years ago. And we really, started our design service based on that. And we've just been growing and growing ever since. Our core offering is for anything really between 30 kilowatts and 5 megawatts. The largest project that we've designed that's been installed is a 7.5 megawatt system on a Next tracker, single axis tracker with energy storage. So that was a great project for us. But that just kind of gives you a flavor of what we can do. Two things that are particularly relevant to that offering is that we've worked with every DNSP in the country. So the network applications can be a sticking point for EPCs and installers out there. So we can help you every step of the way. And then a lot of these DNSPs are asking for network studies as these systems become larger and more complex. And so we've developed a capability there using PSSE, PSCAD, and ETAP, basically whichever one the DNSP requires to conduct these network protection models. So these are basically, it's what are the things that the EPC or the designer and installer find difficult, and we're filling those gaps. So again, it's all about filling those industry gaps from GSES side.
Sounds excellent. So, Chris, what's the timeline for this? How are our customers going to find out about all of this?
Yeah, so we've already started creating a dynamic web form so that people can order, I'd say, the bulk of design work through this web form, but that's not live yet. We're still working through that. So at the moment, I'd say the best thing to do is just ring us or get in contact with us. You can go to gses.com.au and find all of our contact details. And we've got a number of people that would be happy to help with you and help scope out the work that you require. And be very flexible, and we've got a lot of capability. So
fantastic. And of course, in the future, our customers will be able to come to our website. There'll be a training tab, and they'll be able to see some of this content behind the solar sessions page on our website, which is obviously where we're hosting all these videos, just like this one. So we're really looking forward to being able to bring your services into One Stop Warehouse and make it really accessible for our customers so that it's one click away. If they want to learn something, if they want to find something about training, it'll be there and it'll be one click away. So until that happens, we've got something exciting happening. We've got a offer, which is a promo code. So if you go to the GSES website and you plug in that code on any of the training you're offering, which is OSW Go, you'll get a 10% discount on that training for this week, I believe.
Yep, that's right. It's valid from today, and it goes for a week.
Fantastic. So make sure you log in and check out all the great services and training that GSES have.
Just one more thing before we let you go, Chris. We are running a webinar next Monday. The topic will be our solar panel getting too big with wafer size changes, and I believe GSES will be part of it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so my colleague Julian will be supporting that session, and he's going to be more than capable of fielding all the questions that you have for him. I'm confident.
It'll be an interesting panel discussion with a lot of solar industry experts.
Yeah, there's 8 people who will be talking about that issue. So I think it'll be a fascinating insight. It's going to be more a discussion than a presentation.
Yeah.
So that'll make it a little bit more sort of less death by PowerPoint, which is what I think we've all been experiencing with Zoom meetings.
It'll be interesting.
That's right.
It's a new format for us as well, so it'll be interesting to see how it runs. And we have to explore new things nowadays, not just the usual webinar settings.
So
I
make
think
sure
those panel sessions are really good. It should be a good one.
Yeah. So make sure you join us next Monday at 4 p.m. You can find out all about that on our social media and on the news tab on our website. So Chris, thank you for sharing that great information today. It was great to hear from you. We shall look forward to seeing you more and bringing more of information about GSES as we roll this out. So very, very excited.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I had a great time today. This is a fantastic platform, and we look forward to working with you guys.
Pleasure, sir. Thank you. Now, Dee Dee, we have some news. This is our 30th episode of One Stop Live. So thank you everybody who's watched every episode. That we really appreciate that. We're going to take a break for about 4 weeks while we prepare for the Smart Energy Conference.
Yes, we can't wait to see you at Smart Energy Conference, guys. Make sure you're there, book your ticket, come and say hi to One Stop booth. We'll be there on the 12th and the 13th of May. So that is that.
So, thanks everyone. Thanks for a great show. Thanks, Chris. And we shall see you at Smart Energy. Come say good day.